in the lecture series of electronic measurement and instrumentation. Till now we have seen that how a PMMC instrument can be converted into an ammeter, how a PMMC instrument can be converted into a voltmeter. So actually the PMMC instrument itself is a ammeter, because we have seen that the deflection in the pointer is directly proportional to the current passing through the winding of the PMMC instrument. So because deflection is directly proportional to current, so we can say that PMMC instrument is already an ammeter. But for the modification it needed to be used as an ammeter, we have seen the limitation of the PMMC instrument. The limitation is the maximum current that the binding can carry is about 100 milliampere maximum, because the binding is made up of very thin copper coil. Because the binding is made up of very thin copper coil, the current carrying capacity of this binding is very limited. So somehow, for the practical applications, somehow we have to increase this limit, this range of measurement, to measure the some high value of current. So to accomplish this goal, we have connected a shunt resistance. Earlier what we have seen that a shunt resistance is connected to increase the range of the PMMC ammeter. We have seen all the calculations, so I will discuss some questions related to the how range how the range is incremented by using a shunt resistance of a PMMC instrument. So the question is, a PMMC instrument with a resistance of 100 ohm, a PMMC instrument with a resistance of 100 ohm with a resistance of 100 ohm is to be converted into is to be converted into the question is 1 milliampere. 1 milliampere PMMC instrument is to be converted into a 0 to 100 milliampere ammeter, into a 0 to 100 milliampere ammeter, a 0 to 100 milliampere ammeter. Calculate the shunt resistance required. Calculate shunt resistance required. One simple exercise, how the range of the PMMC instrument can be increased from 1 milliampere to 100 milliampere. So the question is, earlier we have seen that to increase the range of the PMMC instrument, a shunt resistance is connected. In this case, it is asking that if we want to increase the range of this instrument from 1 milliampere to 100 milliampere, what the value of resistance should be connected in the parallel to the PMMC instrument. If I draw the diagram, one shunt resistance is there, PMMC instrument is there, the resistance of PMMC instrument is given. What is Rm is equal to, it is given here, This is 100 ohm. 100 ohm is given. The total current is given. What we have to be measured is this current 100 milliampere. 100 milliampere. RSH we have to calculate. The current passing through the instrument is 1 milliampere. It is given that the maximum current that the instrument can carry is 1 milliampere. So that means Im is known to us. Im is equal to 1 milliampere. It is given in the question itself. What we have to find out? We have to find the value of RSH. So if you seen the procedure earlier in the discussion of the PMMC emitter design, if you have seen the process of conversion, you can easily find out the value of RSS. How? Here is a concept. It is known to me that the total current is 100 milliampere. Current passing through the emitter is 1 milliampere. Then what is the value of current in this branch? Current in this branch, by using KCL, we can write that the current is 99 milliampere, because the total current is 100, 1 milliampere is passing through this ammeter. Then what is the value of current in this branch? The value of current will be 99 milliampere. So the value of current is known. We can find out the voltage in this branch. The resistance is RSH. Current is 99 milliampere. How can find the voltage in this branch? By multiplying the current with the resistance 99 milliampere into RSH. Similarly, we can find the voltage in this branch. Voltage across the ammeter. Voltage across the ammeter will be current multiplying by the resistance of the coil. So the total voltage will be 1 milliampere into 100, because these two branch are parallel to each other. So we can write that the voltage across this branch will be equal to the voltage across this branch. So these two voltages will be equal. We can write that these two voltages are equal. So we can find the value of RSH as 100 upon 99. 100 upon 99 ohm. Another way to find the RSH is this is the concept that the maximum current which can be carried out by this instrument is 1 milliampere. That means this instrument cannot carry the current more than 1 milliampere. But we have to increase the range of this instrument from 1 milliampere to 100 milliampere. So we have to connect a shunt resistance across the PMMC instrument, because the total current is 100 milliampere, which I have to measure, and the current that can be measured by PMMC instrument is 1 milliampere. So where the remaining 99 milliampere will go? The remaining 99 milliampere will pass through this resistance. This is the responsibility of resistance to carry the remaining current, because this instrument is not able to carry the total current. So the remaining current we have to bypass through the shunt resistance, because the total current is 100 milliampere, 1 milliampere is passing through the ammeter itself, then remaining 99 milliampere will pass through this resistance. This is the calculation. Simply we can find out the value of RSS. Another way, by using formula, we can write that the multiplying factor m is equal to I upon Im. Value of I is 100 milliampere. Value of Im is 1 milliampere. That means value of m is 1. We can write from the formula RSS is equal to Rm upon m minus 1. Again we will find the same value. Value of Rm is 100 ohm. Value of m is 100 minus 1 is equal to 100 upon 99 ohm. 100 upon 99 ohm. So this question indicates how a PMMC, how the range of a PMMC instrument can be increased by using just a, a small resistance across to the this emitter. Another question, by seeing this example, we can easily see that how 1 milliampere, how the instrument having the maximum value of 1 milliampere can be converted to measure a maximum value of 100 milliampere. Another question is there. The question says that find multiplication factor of a shunt of 200 ohm resistance. Find the multiplication factor find the multiplication factor of a shunt of 200 ohm resistance. Of a shunt of 200 ohm resistance used with a galvanometer of 1000 ohm resistance, used with a galvanometer of 1000 ohm resistance. Determine the value of shunt resistance. Determine the value of shunt resistance. Determine the value of shunt resistance to give a multiplication factor of 50. To give a multiplication factor of 50. So this question is divided into two parts. This question is divided into two parts. The first one is the value of RSH is given 200 ohm. We have to find the value of multiplication factor. In the second part of the question, multiplication factor is given. We have to find the value of RSH. What I am saying is, in the first part, value of RSH is given. We have to find out the value of multiplication factor. In the second part of the question, value of multiplication factor is known to us. We have to find the value of RSH, value of shunt resistance. So, moving to the first part, if RSH is given, RM is given, by using these two values we have to find out value of multiplication factor. Here the instrument is given like this. Value of Rm is given. Rm is equal to 1000 ohm. Value of RSH is 100 ohm. We have to find the value of multiplication factor. We have to find out the value of multiplication factor. So if we go by the procedure, the current here is I, current passing through this instrument is Im, and this current is ISH. We can write that voltage across this branch will be equal to voltage across this branch, because these two branches are connected in parallel. Voltage in this branch will be resistance into current, RSH into means 100 ohm into ISH. In this branch the voltage will be resistance into current 1000 into Im. So equating these two voltages we can write that 100 into ISH, 100 into ISH is equal to 1000 into Im, 1000 into Im. Why we are writing this equation? We are writing this equation because we have to find out the value of M. M is the multiplication factor, which is written as maximum current I divided by the current passing through the ammeter. Value of M, how can it is obtained? By dividing the maximum current that can be measured and the current passing through the instrument itself. So this is the ratio of these two currents. Somehow I have to find this ratio by using this equation. So I have to remove this ISH, because in this ratio ISH is not there. So we have to remove this term ISH. How can we remove? Simply by using KCL I can write that ISH is equal to I minus Im. From this note we can write that ISH is equal to I minus Im. So this is 100 into I minus Im is equal to 1000 into Im. From here we can write that divide the both sides of this equation by Im. We will find 100 into I upon Im minus 1 is equal to 1000. This will be cancelled out. I upon Im minus 1 is equal to 10. This term I upon Im is known as multiplication factor M. So we can write from here M minus 1 is equal to 10. So the value of M is 11. Here the value of M is 11. Multiplication factor is known to me. So how we can write the value of, we have to find the value of multiplication factor by using this method. And simply another way to find the value of multiplication factor, we can write that this resistance is not 100, this is 200. Value of this resistance is 200. Value of this resistance is 200. So we will write here 200 we will write here 200 and this will be removed from here and this will become 5. This will become 5. The value of m will be 6. So we can remove by using this procedure, we can remove the value of RSH by using KCL, and finally we have to find this ratio I divided by Im, and this ratio is known as multiplication factor. So what we have done till now, we calculated the voltage in this branch, we calculated the voltage in this branch, and because these two branches are connected in parallel, voltage in this branch will be equal to the voltage in this branch. So voltages, both the voltages are equal, so we have written here both the voltages are equal, and then because ISS is not there in the ratio, I have to remove this ISS, so we can apply KCL here in this node. By applying KCL we can write that ISS is equal to I minus Im, put the value of ISS, divide both side by Im, we will find the value of m as given here. Direct formula, as previously it was discussed that directly m can be written as multiplication factor can be written as m is equal to 1 plus RSH upon Rm, 1 plus 1 plus Rm upon RSH. The derived from formula, direct relation between these two resistances and multiplication factor. This is the direct relation. So we can write that multiplication factor is equal to 1 plus value of Rm is given as 1000 ohm and value of RSH is given as 200 ohm, is equal to 1 plus 5 equal to 6. Again we will find same value by using this formula directly. Even we does not have to draw this diagram to calculate the value of multiplication factor if the formula is known to me. Another way, the second part of this question is saying that in the second part, value of multiplication factor is known to me, it is 50. I have to calculate the value of shunt resistance. Value of, it is given that determine the value of shunt resistance to give a multiplication factor of 50 ohm. So to find the multiplication factor of 50 ohm, what will be the value of resistance? Directly we can use the same formula again, or we can write that it is known to me RSH is equal to Rm upon m minus 1. RSH is known. What is the value of RSH? RSH we have to calculate. RSH we have to calculate. Rm is given. What is the value of Rm? 1000 ohm. Value of m is known to me. It is 50. Easily we can find out the value of shunt resistance. RSH is equal to 1000 upon m minus 1. Value of m is 50. 50 minus 1 is equal to 1000 upon 49. This will give about 20.4 ohm. Easily by using the formula we can calculate the value of RSH if multiplication factor and resistance of the ammeter is known to me. This is a simple approach to find out the value of RSS. Either we have to find the value of multiplication, either we have to find the value of total current, or we have to find the value of maximum current that a meter can carry. So this is the simple approach by using the formula. Earlier these formulas are discussed in the discussion of PMMC ammeter design. Now in the last lecture we have seen that how this PMMC basic PMMC instrument is converted into a voltmeter, how the range of this PMMC instrument can be increased to measure voltage. So to measure a voltage we have connected a series resistance, a large value of resistance in series with the PMMC instrument. So in the similar way as we designed multi-range multimeter, in the similar way we can design multi-range voltmeters. So in the next lecture we will discuss multi-range voltmeter. This is all for today's lecture. Thank you.